Hi, welcome to my virtual open house for newspaper. Okay, so I wanted to jump right in and have you get to know me just a little bit more. So this is my first year over at Oviedo High School. I've been so excited. The transition has been just so wonderful. Everyone's been so great. I've loved working with our newspaper staff. They're really showing me the ropes this year. I taught for 5 years over at Jackson Heights Middle School. I was our yearbook advisor there, so I worked in our journalism program. I taught eighth grade English and creative writing. In college, I worked as a journalist. I worked as a creative writer as well in publishing through our Cypress Dome Student Literary Journal. I also worked in the Honors in the Major program and was a TA for our Burnett Irish College symposium classes. My wife is also a teacher. She teaches over at Winter Springs Elementary. We're big hockey fans, we're big soccer fans, so it's been exciting with all these pushback sports happening all at once. It's been fantastic. We're big Disney fans. We haven't been to the parks recently with everything going on, but I know we'll head back once things start getting back to normal. I'm also a Seminole County grad. I've grown up a bit in your student shoes not that long ago, but I've loved Seminole County. Seminole County's given so much to me, and so I've been so thankful that I've had the opportunity to give back in some way, shape, or form. So rules, in newspaper, we follow these rules, but they're normal rules. We need to be prepared and present in class. These are actually their rules they made for me. Over the years, I've had my students make rules, and each year, typically, I add about one or two rules to the list, and then take away some of the other ones, and we refine them. And these are the rules that we've come up with for this year. And they make them for me, and they make them for themselves, right? I find it's much more realistic for them to follow their own rules than to follow rules necessarily that I lay out for them. So just so you know, I know it's a fearful thing when we're coming back to school, especially with COVID going on and everything. Just so you know, preventative techniques in the classroom that we're doing. We're mandating masks at all times. If you're in the room, whether you're in our room, whether you're in the lab, we're going to have mandated masks. We're wiping down the desks at the end of each class period, and we're also doing deep cleans at the end of the day to make sure that anything sort of that gets to the cracks is cleaned up before we start the day over. Nothing stays for sure. And also, we're making sure supplies aren't really shared this year as much as possible. Now, we do have some students who are in Connect, and so really the goal for them is just to log on during newspaper time, making sure that they know the work they're expected to do. And we're still at the beginning of the year. We're still trying to finding the best way to work in a remote learning landscape. We know that journalism right now is very digital and it's very sort of remote currently. And so, honestly, this is probably a good real world example for how journalism actually works and how publishing works currently. Okay. I will also add here, so our newspaper expectations for students, we're going to still be doing 6 print editions. We're still looking at how we're going to distribute those and how that's going to work in a safe way, but we still are looking to make 6 full newspapers. We'll be publishing a minimum 2 stories a week on the website, on videojournalism.com. Quick little shout out there. We already have 2 stories up, which is fantastic. Our students worked hard over summer writing some fun reviews of some music and Netflix shows that came out. And then we also are we're going to make sure that students are going to be responsible for all aspects of their coverage. Part of the expectation with that comes there's going to be some attendance at sports events or at community events may be required, but the students will have to sign up for those stories, so they'll have to kind of know what they're getting into when they do that. But again, we're all social distancing. We're all going to keep with that throughout this whole year. Okay, supplies, they don't need any supplies for this class. They come in, everything we're supplying with them. We're going to be able to give them Adobe Creative Cloud this year, which is exciting. So they'll learn how to use that, and that's going to be part of this class. Now, a part of what I do want to talk about very quickly here is our ads. Newspaper is a weird class because it does cost supplies to make and to do, right? Like we can't print the editions if there's no money in the bank, and that's going to rely on ads and donations that are given to us from our community. So an expectation that students have, I talk about this down here, they're expected to attempt to sell ads. I know for some journalism classes, the expectation is they have to sell ads or that goes into their grade. But I try to take a more, maybe not laid back approach, but an approach that understands that one size isn't necessarily fit all in this. And so, as long as we hit our mark, we're good to go. So if you have the ability to help us out and to do donations or to do an ad for your business, local business, or if we have friends that have local businesses or a family member or whatever, however we could want to do that. If you do have people, please have them fill out the form on eCampus. Your students will all have them starting at the end of this week. And then we're going to be really trying to push those out to make sure we can have a full year here. We were very thankful that Yearbook helped us out last year, but we're looking at paying back those loans and making sure that our program is financially stable, so that we can continue a tradition of high quality journalism. Okay. So if there's any questions that you ever have, please feel free to email me with newspaper. I'm on 24/7